Good morning, everyone. Hey, we've got the bikes loaded up and we're just about ready to hit the road here, but we don't have far to go. We're going to go check tire pressure and then we're headed to the ferry for Newfoundland.
I may need it again still. Yes, I'll wait for mine.
We've been all over the United States and Canada.
Yeah. Nice. That's awesome. Thank you very much. Appreciate the courtesy.
That's my bike there.
Oh man, that's awesome.
86 XT350.
Nothing wrong with that at all. It's perfect.
Just restored it.
Yeah. Well, she's been riding a Yamaha XT250. Nothing fancy about it, and she's gone everywhere we've gone with the big bikes, including stream crossings and everything else. So it's like people are kind of just, you know, the reality is lighter bikes are actually the way to go.
Exactly.
If you're really doing rough stuff, so it's like,
Sure.
yeah. Well, hey, it's nice to meet you guys.
Safe travels, guys.
Yep, thank you.
Sherry, your driver's license is inside there, but the ticket's inside there as well.
All right.
For those of you who may not know, all the ferries we were on had straps available. However, the straps are well used and some riders may hoard them if they're first on. If you're particular about your bike, bring your own straps. After securing the bikes down, we head up to the lounge deck. There we find a comfortable spot and make a nest. It's going to be a long sail, about 7 to 7.5 hours. Since Gordon and I made this sail last summer, we settle into a reclined pose, if you know what I mean. Roy, who is medicated, does the same. However, Sherry is out filming and is acting like a kid in a candy shop.
These ducks are the type that swim underwater. I see them land and then, that one's just going underwater and back up again.
They advertise that they have Wi-Fi, but none of us have ever been able to connect. And once you get out of basically line of sight of land, you lose your cell signal. So for the rest of the sail, you just have to entertain yourself. As we near Port Basque, we see whales. We see a seal, which was really cute. There were a bunch of them. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get them on film. But the day has gotten late. We did get in a little early, but it was still a long sail. Luckily for us, and more importantly, Roy, the sail was smooth as could be. When we pulled into Port Basque, the water was just about like glass. It was super smooth. What a nice and pleasant crossing. Unlike last year when Gordon and I had to jump on the bikes and ride all the way to Brook to our hotel, Gord was able to get us a hotel just right on the bay here by the ferry terminal, which made it a short ride and made it exceptionally easy for us to get in, get relaxed, and settle in for the night. We pull into the parking lot at the hotel just as the sun is going down. It won't be long till it's completely dark outside. We have just enough time to get the bikes unpacked and head in for dinner.
Yeah, but doesn't it put off some heat too?
I don't know.
Well, it was a fine day at sea. I decided I was quoting Overboard with that movie, but it was really nice. We saw whales, we saw a seal, and we saw some dolphins, and the water was like glass. So what a neat trip. It was quite exciting, and actually the time went by really quickly. So glad to be here in Newfoundland, and I'm temporarily a Newfie.
Boy, isn't this beautiful tonight. We had as smooth a sail as you could ever have. We came across and the seas were just dead calm. I mean, there wasn't even really any swells. And I think we made it here ahead of time. So what a great day we've had. And I hope you liked the video that we got. Today we got to see some whales, seals, and dolphins. So it was a good day for us, even though I wasn't able to get any of it on video, but it was a good day for us. So we'll see you tomorrow when we hit the highway toward Grand Falls Windsor. Good morning, everyone. Well, hey, we're up. It's a nice morning. It's a little chilly, but the sun's out, so we're happy for that since we've had to ride through so much rain. Today we're going to be going from Port Basques up to Grand Falls Windsor. It's going to be all highway miles because we're just trying to get ourselves to the East Coast to do some fun stuff over there. So let's get started.
Up and at 'em.
As we ride out this morning, I'd like to make a note. Port Basques is not the only terminal for crossing to Newfoundland from Nova Scotia. The ferry service also sails to Argentia, Newfoundland. However, this overnight sail will take over twice as long. It does bring you closer to the east coast, though, of Newfoundland near St. John's. Unlike last year's transit of the Wreck House, it's as nice as could be this year. What a pleasant surprise to find blue skies and easy riding. This morning, we continue on our trek on the Trans-Canada Highway. We'll make a stop in Brook for some fuel and a little bit of a break. Then we'll stop in Deer Lake for lunch before heading on down the highway all the way to Grand Falls, Windsor. Here we are passing by the Stephenville area where Gord and I stayed last year on our way out of Newfoundland. It's a beautiful area. From here all the way to Brook, Deer Lake is just a beautiful ride. Corner Brook is a great stopping off point for a break, fuel, or dinner. Corner Brook is the 5th largest town in Newfoundland and is located on the Bay of Islands. Because of its size, Corner Brook acts as the hub of the western portion of Newfoundland. It is here that we ran into Richard, a fellow adventurer.
Okay, you're all set.
Hey, my name's Richard. I'm from Chaumont, New York, but I now live in Ontario, Canada, and doing the loop through Newfoundland, going up through Labrador on the way home.
Wonderful. Do you have anything planned beyond that, or you just planning on this for now and then doing something later, or?
Well, I want to travel on a sailboat. So
Oh, cool.
Get a sailboat.
Yep.
Travel like that. That's the next big adventure, but.
Yeah. Richard's done a lot of traveling. He was telling me earlier here off camera that he and his wife had done some camping type adventure. Tell us a little bit about that, Richard.
Yeah, me and my wife, we traveled with our 3 dogs 9 months in a 25-foot tow-behind camper all around the States, 2 months in Mexico, and we had this motorcycle and another one in the back of the truck, so we'd set up camp, unload down in Baja, California, and just rip around, and that was awesome.
Yeah, fantastic. You're quite the adventurer. It's been a pleasure to meet you, Richard.
Yep.
You take care and have
Well.
safe travels.
Thank you.
Richard was kind enough to send me some pictures that he'd taken. He just buried his motorcycle in the mud here. Had to lay it on its side to get it out of that mud hole. But he was really doing some backcountry stuff. Pretty cool, Richard. It was a pleasure to meet you, and hope to hear from you in the future. You got to hand it to the Canadians. They sure have fun with their restroom signs. It's a lot of fun for Sherry. She took pictures our whole trip. From Corner Brook, we ride more to the northeast through the mountains and along Deer Lake. This area has some dramatic scenery and reinforces why you should visit Newfoundland. Oh no, Mamma Mia. After a lunch break in Deer Lake at my favorite place, A&W, we're back on the Trans-Canada Highway and making the final push to Grand Falls Windsor. Wow, what a great day's ride we've had as we getting ready to pull into Grand Falls Windsor here. We saw some beautiful scenery, met a great adventure with Richard, and had a fun time talking to him. But it's time to call it a day. Here's Gord with the map details.
Well, hello everybody and welcome back. This is the conclusion of day 11. I'm going to show you a super small scale map of Newfoundland just to sort of get you generally oriented, because we're going to be messing around on this island for a few days at least. So on the end of day 10, we took the ferry from Cape Breton Island in Nova Scotia, specifically North Sydney, and we transited from the southwest and landed at Port Basque here at the little dot labeled as 10. Today, we made it all the way up to Grand Falls, which is about halfway around this red highway, which is the Trans-Canada Highway, the extension of the Trans-Canada Highway, leading up to ultimately St. John's, which we expect will be our destination for tomorrow. I'll just slide this map away and I'll give you a little bit more detail on the route today. So again, you can see day 10, Port Basque. We got off the ferry, got right into a hotel, so that was super convenient because it was later in the day, and even though we didn't really ride hard, we certainly covered about 9 or 10 hours of the day. So after a good rest this morning, we left Port Basque and transited up generally the west coast of Newfoundland through some fabulous terrain. It's really scenic, but very windy. There's some extraordinary winds that flow through this area. We had a quick stop in Brook for fuel, carried on, had a bit of a lunch stop at Deer Lake, and then carried on around the route uneventfully in very warm, sunny, blue sky conditions to our destination here at Grand Falls Windsor, Newfoundland. It was a great day, very scenic ride. This is a much more heavily forested and heavily mountainous area than you could possibly imagine looking at a flat map. I really recommend it for those of you that have an adventurous spirit and want to make the trip. Absolutely recommended. You'd love it. So that's it for today. We'll catch up with you tomorrow and give you an update as to where we end up tomorrow. Thanks. Bye-bye now.
Well, that's it for this video. We'll see you in the next one.